Good morning, happy Monday. Hopefully everyone is enjoying themselves so far. We have an exciting live stream today, like every other live stream. At least that's the intro that I give every single time. Right now, DSI down 1.2%, which is okay. Some of our favorite plays are still holding up pretty nicely, including Dynex, Research Coin, Athena DAO, and Valley DAO. Although Valley DAO is just a very volatile crypto, so it goes up and then down and then up and then down, but it has really just been trending sideways for the better part of this entire for a while. It's been trending sideways for a while, but I'm excited. Today we're going to talk about the shipping container strike and the strike at ports that are happening all along the East Coast right now, or at least initiating a threat of strike. We'll see how that could potentially impact things. Right now we're seeing that, though, I think be the main driving factor behind Bitcoin having a little bit of a sell-off today. Now this sell-off, in my opinion, is nothing to be too concerned about, because we are just coming right back down to that 200-day moving average. And hopefully we can just test it as support and continue that uptrend. However, it is a little bit upsetting because we had so much momentum and this really just cut it straight off. Now, why would this be happening? Number one is that the expectations of rate cuts have drastically shifted. So the market was split literally yesterday, 50-50, between a 50 basis point rate cut and a 0.25% basis point or 0.25% rate cut, so 25. And now they're shifting drastically towards just the 25 basis point rate cut. We're seeing just a huge spike as people go into a period of uncertainty. The reason being is that a massive section of the United States, right all across the East Coast, all of these different ports right now look like they're threatening to shut down and have strikes based off of employment and them not wanting to lose their jobs, but also them wanting a pay raise. However, they can't really give a pay raise because the margins on shipping industry have been so small right now with everything that's happening in the Middle East. There's a huge section of the Middle East that we can't send ships through anymore. I can pull up the map in a second, but there's a lot of sinking of ships and robbery that's happening in that area of the world right now. And so a lot of shipping companies have decided to go around that, which has spiked up the cost of everything for shipments, and they're just eating into the margins right now, and employees are asking for more money and they can't really give it to them right now, so now they're on strike. Now there's a lot of things that this could lead to, but I just want to give a little bit of an intro. That's why I think right now the market's having a decent sized pullback. But good morning. How is everyone doing? Good morning, Zach. Good morning, Johnny. Good morning, Real Stan. Good morning, Steven. Oh man, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I know you guys were watching. I can see you guys talking about Noble already. I know you guys were watching yesterday and over the weekend as Noble BLOX was continuing that rally up to $3 million market cap. This is a strong push. This is a very strong push. Good morning, DYOFR. Happy to have you here. Hopefully you guys have already hit that like button and subscribed. I know all of you guys in here right now have already subscribed, but let's see what you guys are saying. Bro, need info on Noble. Any marketing plans once platform launches? Chill. It'll all play out the way it's supposed to play out. But yes, once the platform launches, people are going to start talking about it for sure. Is Jolly Green and Nifty still invested, although they don't mention Noble on AXGT or only AXGT? I know. I'll be watching them. Right now, there are no KOLs paid for Noble. So any posts that you're seeing about Noble BLOX are coming from just purely organic reach and purely organic attention. Nobody's being paid to promote Noble BLOX right now. And it's probably going to stay like that for quite some time, to be completely honest, because Delroy doesn't want a bunch of random crypto nerds getting into the platform when it launches. He just wants people who are conducting scientific research, which I understand and can kind of get behind. So right now, there are no real plans to just push Noble BLOX to as many people as possible. But I did a post a couple days ago outlining just very briefly, because I was a little bit annoyed, because outlining just briefly 5 reasons why I'm bullish on Noble still, despite the chart. And ultimately, I had a huge post, like close to 1,000 words. It was almost a whole article, and it got deleted, so I couldn't post that, so I just made an abbreviated version, which is this. But there's a lot of excitement coming out for Noble BLOX here, and I think that it's grossly disrespected even at these prices. And speaking with most of the people who are in BLOX from the pre-sales and everything, those people are done. They've been selling every single month, every single time they get an unlock. Those people are out. There's not many of them left. And so now we are set and we can start climbing higher. Now that the actual fundamentals behind the platform is going to go pushing hard, because this is a DeSci play, yes, but they've integrated AI into the platform so that when the people post their articles on there, you can have an AI break it down for you and give you synopsis, but more importantly, bring together a knowledge tree so that other researchers can look at the AI summaries and have their language models or whatever develop ways to improve upon the research and ways that the research could have gone wrong. So it's not just about uploading it and having a summary of it, because I don't know if you guys have looked into AI when it comes to publications and peer-reviewed research before, but right now they're seeing a huge problem in the industry because nobody's formatting all of the data in a coherent step-by-step way. Everyone and their articles formats the data in a different manner, and so training a large language model to be able to read all of that data is proving to be extremely difficult for everyone, because it's like trying to program a language model in order to read multiple different blockchains. They're all in different languages, and so you have to like take and dissect each and every article on its own. So it's proving to be a very challenging task, but it looks like when the platform launches in October here, literally tomorrow is October, so when the platform launches at some point in next month, they have an AI that is coming with it that can help researchers with their research. So without paid KOLs won't make an Axon run. Who do you think? I understand that. I understand that, Real Saiyan, and you can get out of it if you want to. You can hold it if you want to. This is not financial advice. Who do you think gave Axon its initial boost? Who do you think organized the KOL rounds for Axon? I know that it's going to do a lot better if you get a lot of KOLs. I understand that full-heartedly. Like, yeah, trust. Axon, yeah. BLOX, I'm not worried about at all. Thank you. I'm really not worried about BLOX in the slightest. We're going to get the platform rolling. Not even I'm not involved in launching the platform. They're going to get the platform rolling, and then once everything is squared away, that's when you can start pushing it and having some marketing efforts so that people are aware of it. But if you go Google search decentralized synths, you go Google search decentralized science, you find articles on A16Z backing amino chain. You find articles, maybe it's been pushed out of it now since the last time I Googled decentralized science, but BLOX was in the top for Sullivan's. Science 37 earns Frost and Sullivan's 2024 Global Company of the Year Award. What is this? I have nothing to do with this. No, I'm not too worried about it. They don't give you credit for helping Noble get to 15 cents, 25x the launch price. I know. Dude, it was crazy. It was crazy at launch. And then the hack happened and it destroyed sentiment. And it's fine, because the people who are most impacted from that are basically out of it now. Everyone who lost sentiment is out. And the whole live stream's not just supposed to be about BLOX. I have not lost any of my conviction with BLOX, and I still think it sends like crazy. It's just a matter of time and getting the narrative boosted around. And I mean, ultimately, not CZ. Ultimately, you go look, and like, I'm sure all of you guys have seen this already, and I'm sure most of you guys have already seen my take on it, because I'm doing a giveaway right now based off of this post, because I said before he got out of jail, if in his first post he talks about decentralized science, I will give away 10,000 Noble. And while it wasn't in his first post was just a GM. His first post in which had any sustenance, he goes through and talks about the different areas in which he's still investing in. And then he's investing in Giggle Academy, which is his own company. He's backseat driving Binance, which again is his own company. But he's investing in blockchain technologies, AI, and biotech. Biotech being decentralized science. CZ just listed 2 sectors in which he's paying any attention to, in which he's investing into: AI and biotechnology. Noble Blocks is both of them. Decentralized science. Like, nobody's paying any attention to the fact that CZ is investing into DeSci. Everyone's still like, oh, it's so speculative and tiny and it doesn't make sense. Why would you put any money into it? No. That's where you get the outsized returns. But just because I'm bullish on something doesn't mean you need to be bullish on something. However, what you do need to be bullish on is this live stream. Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live, talk about DeSci, talk about the economy, talk about crypto. And ultimately, you're not going to find another live stream or another stream, anything similar to this. You just won't. Because you're getting raw, authentic takes. You're getting very limited censorship. You're getting my opinion, given that I am in cohorts and talking with every single one of the founders of any DeSci project. So if there is one page that you can get reliable, consistent updates on what's happening in the world of decentralized science, it's going to be right here. It's going to be right here. Now, we can continue to go through different projects and different charts if you want. I was gonna play part of this video from Meet Kevin about the port strikes, inflation, and recession fears, because I think it's a very knowledgeable insight. However, I might just put the link here for you guys to see if you want to. We can chill if you, Johnny, I know you love having the conversations in the Discord after, so if you want to go into the Discord, absolutely we can. Last question for Noble, any reason for the 5% tax? Yeah, so that there can be liquidity. The tax goes towards the liquidity pool. The tax also goes towards the actual company so that it can continue to function. Of course. And I hope I don't feel like I'm being hostile towards you or any of your questions. All questions are welcome here. All questions are welcome. Oh shit. VitaFast went crazy. Oh shit. How did I miss this? It's probably not going to be on Dex Screener. I think it's only on Dex Tools. So this is going to be one of the IP NFTs that is a result of VitaDAO is VitaFast NFT. It's not an NFT. It is an IP NFT, or an intellectual property, which has been tokenized and put on the blockchain. So they just pumped like crazy. So I'm curious if they have any news that came out, or if it's just a giant whale scooping up as much as they can. It's very illiquid. So we got this person buying $1,800 worth. Glad you're not in St. Pete right now. I know. Or in North Carolina. North Carolina got absolutely cooked by that hurricane. And I have stuff in my bookmarks about that too, if you want to look at it. A little bit of potential weather manipulation technology. Not to get myself demonetized or the live stream taken down, but I hope you guys understand that they have confirmed without a doubt, like not speculation, not conspiracy, that they can control the weather. They do control the weather. I was in Dubai when they chose to control the weather there, and there have been multiple people talking about breakthroughs in science and scientific technologies in which allow them to control the weather. And so this is not conspiracy. This is not some hoopla. They do it all the time. It's just a matter of when do they do it, and did they do it with this hurricane. And I don't want to get too deep into it because I'll get the live stream taken down, because you're not supposed to talk about it. I've had multiple videos taken down on TikTok now that they've completely deleted my account over some of these videos, but I've had multiple videos taken down in which I'm talking about scientists explain how they control the weather. This is not conspiracy, this is just fact. But I wanted to look and see how much of this token this person was holding. So this person's got $28,000 worth of Vitadow's molecule. So this is an insider for sure. 28 grand worth of IPNFT number 2, which is this one. So this is a mega whale. Holy shit. But they're not even in the top 10 of whales. So something must be happening to this soon. I'm gonna go look at Vita and see if we can find anything. Because remember, these are like high risk leveraged plays on top of these different protocols. So this VitaFast molecule that you can trade for the intellectual property, which has a market cap of $4.5 million right now, which is extraordinarily illiquid. So be warned that it is extremely illiquid. But this entire thing could become a company that IPOs on the stock market if everything goes well, if all of the research goes well. And what we're finding is a whale is starting to accumulate more of it, meaning there could be something going on behind the scenes that we don't get privy to that might get announced later or might not. But it is possible that we see some pretty groundbreaking news come from this. And since biotech companies, when they IPO, are a lot higher in market cap than 4.5 million, we could see this go crazy here as it leads up to something. Don't go deep. I will not. That's what she said. Yeah, CERN, there's a lot more to it. I don't see anything posted by Vita about that IPNFT. Let's go see if we can see any news about votes or anything. So these are their two big ones. These are their two big ones, and I got a big, they had a huge breakdown for Vita RNA. Like, they had some really cool news come out for this, which caused it to skyrocket as well. And it looks like it's still pumping, but I don't know. I think that's the Matrix Bio one, which means this is the one that we are curious about for VitaFast. View governance proposals. View on-chain voting. It was from a while ago. Oh shit. Closed proposal. That was 3 weeks ago. I don't see anything. So not, if it is pumping off of public news, we're not privy to it. So it can't be pumping off of public news right now. So it's either somebody, a whale who thinks they don't own enough of it, or a whale who has insider information. While it's only one account who bought any over the last couple days, it makes me kind of want to go see if I can find out whose account this is. But they were funded by Binance, which means that we can't go see any more correlation between it. We can see if they've swapped anything out, but it doesn't look like they've been sending anything out. It just goes to Uniswap, which means we're kind of just stuck at this one wallet. There's no real way at finding out whose wallet this is. So be it. We'll just have to go along our merry way. Hopefully we hold this, guys. Hopefully we hold this. CZ's wallet. Can you imagine? Can you imagine it's CZ's wallet? He's buying into VitaFast. That's the biotech he's investing into. Is solely just this. $28,000 is child's money to him, though. $28,000 would be like you hiring a maid to come clean your house? Probably not. For his net worth, $28,000 is probably just going to McDonald's. You don't even think about it. Can you imagine? Soon, baby. In the portfolio challenge soon, if everything goes well in the portfolio challenge, we will be seeing Binance level net worth, CZ level net worth. Right now, top holding in Axon, second top holding in Dynex, then Jupiter. Jupiter's having a little bit of a pullback right here. Dynex is built out its support and looks like it's going to continue its uptrend, in my humbled opinion. It is having that pullback, so if anyone did not get their entry price, now would probably be an appropriate time to start looking to see if Dynex is actually something you're interested in. What's good, Don? Welcome in. Paying a parking meter, more like it. Honestly, a couple pennies. Nothing even close. We got Noble Blocks, which had a very nice rally. We're finally doing pretty decent on Noble Blocks again. We got TARS AI, which is having a decent pullback. So a lot of these projects had their breakout, and now it looks like we're seeing if we can confirm that uptrend, right? So a lot of things that we're paying attention to broke out of their ascending triangles that we have drawn on all of their charts. A lot of these projects started breaking out, and now they're starting to have a decently sized pullbacks. And hopefully what we find is just finding support and not continuing that downtrend. Hopefully the broader market is at a point in which we are actually starting to see that uptrend come through. One that I want to pay attention to is Rejuve, because if you guys are in the Discord and paying attention to what I post in there, I posted about a trade I was taking on Rejuve. Rejuve is the decentralized science project, which I have not been paying much attention to. I've honestly not given it the time of day, but it was chilling down at like a $7 million market cap when I declared that I was entering into a position for a nice little trade here. It's starting to come back down a little bit, which is good. I'm not sad about that at all. While I would love for it to just to rally up 100%, I'm not mad about it. If you don't know anything about Rejuve AI is trying to make that artificial intelligence that we talked about with large language models in order to read scientific protocols in a more universalized language. They're trying to just create that, not an AGI, but a specific artificial intelligence for researchers to use, similar to what Noble Blocks is trying to implement into their platform. The reason why I've flipped and become bullish and am paying attention about Rejuve has literally, it's actually quite an interesting path if you'll give me a second to talk about it with you, okay? So I had a dream about a week ago in which I made an obscene amount of money in decentralized science. And somebody asked me about the project that gave me these returns. And I told them about Rejuve, which is absurd to me because I feel like if there was going to be a project that I told them about, it would be Noble or Axon or Data Lake or Bio or one of those that I talk about all the time. But no, I chose in my dream one that I have not ever looked into. And so I was like, okay, this happened last cycle. And I had a dream about a cryptocurrency that I had no idea even existed. And I looked into it and I put some money into it and I made like a 3x, which is pretty decent, right? It's nothing crazy, but it is pretty decent. And so I decided, let me go ahead and look into Rejuve. Let me stop procrastinating this and look into it. And Rejuve is co-founded by the same person who co-founded SingularityNet, which merged with Fetch and Ocean Protocol to create the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. Rejuve is also co-founded by the head engineer for the Sophia project. You guys know Sophia? This robot, you guys have probably seen clips of this robot talking. Well, the head engineer behind the Sophia project is the same person who co-founded SingularityNet and the same person who co-founded Rejuve. And it's that the same person who recently got into a pretty heated debate with the creator of ICP. I can't think of their name. Ben Gortzel, however you pronounce his name. he went in replying to, why am I blanking on their names? I'll tell you why I'm blanking on their names, because I had alcohol yesterday. I've been a while without alcohol, and I had some yesterday, and so while I feel okay, my brain is definitely not as clear as it could be. But Dominic Williams came out and was like, this guy's a goon, this guy has no idea what he's talking about, because this guy, Ben, claimed that an AI program he's been working on for the last 20 years has self-awareness, or signs of self-awareness. It should be the article title, but it's not going to get as many clips. And so Dom was like, you're an idiot, that's not possible, and there's no evidence to prove that. And Ben is like, you're an idiot, you have no idea what I've been working on. Yes, there is. And so this little heated debate between founders, I think, is pretty interesting, and low-key bullish for Rejuve, because then people are going to go look into what he is co-founding, and he is co-founding Rejuve. And so I bought a decent chunk, and I think we're up. I put it in the Discord. Let me see when it is that I put it in the Discord. We'll go to the trade history. Here, I can pull it up here. Scoop, boop. Bought some right here as it was breaking out above and making a higher high. And so we can come back to Rejuve and see that right as it was breaking above that higher high, the trade, while I do think this is a solid investment, the trade was from this moving average to the next moving average. And so it's a 50% gain. Nothing crazy, but honestly at the same time, 50% on a trade is pretty crazy in and of itself. So we'll see if it breaks out and starts putting in higher highs and getting close to that all-time high again, which I do think is on the table for any decentralized science project. It's got a $10 million market cap right now, so getting back to its all-time high would be an $80 million market cap, or an 8x, which is solid. That is for sure solid. He was on Joe Rogan a few years ago. Yup, I highly recommend anyone go listen to that. It's actually crazy what he was talking about on the Joe Rogan podcast episode. I don't remember which one it is, but if you Google search it, I'm sure it'll pop up. You just Google search Ben Gordezel. The robot is scary for sure. One of those super advanced AI freaks are going to help humanity one day. I hope so. I mean, the way that Ben is going about his artificial intelligence compared to how the mainstream everything is going about their artificial intelligence is, Ben is treating it like it's a child learning for the first time. Everyone else is treating it like it's a computer program, like it's not going to develop some sort of self-autonomy. Like, most of them are just creating large databases, which an AI is to make connections to, and treating those connections as neural networks. Now, I'm not an expert, so I don't know everything about it. Ben is treating it as if it is no different than a synapse in our own brain, and that the neural networks are no different than our own neural networks. And so by creating them, you are effectively simulating exactly what a human brain would be doing. And so therefore, it's going to act like a human. And as it continues to evolve and grow, it will evolve and grow just like a human brain does. And so he's treating it like these are going to become self-aware at some point, while others are just ignoring that possibility. And so it makes sense that after 20 years of developing an artificial intelligence, it would start to show signs of being a 20-year-old and having self-awareness. Like, you're not going to talk to any 5-year-old who's fully aware of themselves, but you are going to talk to some 20-year-olds who are starting to realize that, like, the world is real. You asked about cryo. Are you and Lucas still invested in cryo? No. I sold my cryo a while ago, and I think Lucas sold his cryo the moment they denied his cryo nana proposal. Ben is incredibly smart. Ben is one of those super autistic geniuses that is going to change the world for sure. And I mean, so is Dom. It's just funny that Dom's like a super genius when it comes to coding blockchain. Ben is a super genius when it comes to coding artificial intelligence. So it's funny to see Dom attacking Ben. Funny. Oh, is this real? No, okay. That got me a little excited. You guys know I've been paying close attention to BitTensor for a while. Like, for a while. I don't think we called it down here, but I think we did call it during this pullback, because it's just like one of those projects that is guaranteed to print money this cycle. Ooh. Yeah. I added more funds to the wallet, 1% every Sunday, 1% of the portfolio value. So it was $30 this Sunday that I added into the portfolio challenge. Data Lake is I'm upset that I only have so little in this portfolio challenge, but trust that my personal bag of Data Lake is much higher than that. I just don't want to add it right now, although I should probably just add it right now. Sturdy beta play. Let's look into it, okay? Actually, I want to take most of the rest of the time here to look into some beta plays for BitTensor, because I think it's going to be a crazy play and I don't have a lot of exposure to it. I am super exposed to Dynex, but I still honestly want more. I think this is a slam dunk play. It's just even earlier than BitTensor, but I think this is going to be a $1 billion project and it's 30 million right now. But let's look into Sturdy. STRDY, Sturdy. No, come on. Why is it leaving? There we go. So my understanding, Sturdy's a $4 million market cap right now. My understanding is that they are building out a bunch of different like layers for DeFi and liquidity on Ethereum, but for different projects like BitTensor. So I don't think it's built on top of BitTensor, but I think it allows you to use BitTensor in a DeFi protocol. Sturdy unifies liquidity for lenders, for borrowers, and for project teams. I should use it for blocks. On the back end, Sturdy's BitTensor subnet provides aggregators with allocations generated by BitTensor miners to automatically optimize yields. Let's look at the chart for Sturdy. Ooh, we got a nice little breakout looking thing. Let's look at the chart before we look into it too much, because sometimes the charts are all you need to really see. Which goes against everything I feel like I stood for initially, but I'm finding out more and more that this cycle specifically, nobody gives a shit about what is actually happening. So the chart is one of the most valuable things. They have 4 million revenue a year from staking Tau. That's pretty crazy. 4 million revenue a year and the market cap is only 5.7 million is a pretty large discrepancy, not gonna lie. They had that initial crazy pop off from 18 cents to 80 cents. So it definitely did just rally a ton, but it does, I mean, I don't think it takes a rocket scientist or an AI scientist to see this clear trend, right? So it is possible that it's time for one of these accumulations, and if they become more and more mainstream, yeah, the chart looks beautiful. So that's nice. Chart looks beautiful. Let's get into a little bit more about what they're doing. Sturdy V1 was a trendsetter for leveraged yield farming, reaching over 30 million TVL and becoming the largest mainnet lending protocol with no token. Interesting. While leveraged yield farming is a powerful use case, it becomes increasingly saturated and, as a result, challenging to attract lenders. At the same time, we've observed many of the drawbacks existing lending protocols face, have a robust understanding of their shortcomings. Consequently, we propose that Sturdy V2 take on more than just leveraged yield farming by developing a new primitive for lending. I want to see their tokenomics. Oh, Sturdy DAO. Okay. Okay, so it's a DAO, it's a token. It's not a yield token, it's a governance token. Governance token for the Sturdy DAO, which governs the Sturdy proposal, has a total supply of 100 million. Airdrop of 1.5%, treasury 60% with no vesting is crazy. Contributors 19% with 3-year vesting, 1-year cliff, and investors 19 3-year vesting, 1-year cliff. So 40% is 1-year cliff, 3-year vesting. That's pretty cool. And 60% has no vesting, which means most of the supply is probably in circulation right now. That's suspicious. So that's not accurate, which means the market cap is not actually 4 million. Market cap is closer because we just read this pretty clearly to see that there's no vesting on the treasury. It's governance, right? And so this is locked up, but at any moment someone could propose to take all of that and post it into something. So you have to pay close attention to that because there could be massive dilution events that do come from Sturdy, which make the market cap significantly higher. Right now, we would just have to go see if there's anything on mainnet for proposals yet. See if anyone's talking about it. Adjusted emissions caps, July 4th though. These are not a lot of activity on this. Not a lot of activity on the DAO, which is not a great sign, but people seem to be bringing it up more and more and more. So maybe they're starting to gain some momentum, which means the activity could start increasing over time, but right now there's not much proposals. I think no token dilution till next year, right? The 1-year unlocks. How long ago did this token come out though? Came out in February. So it would be around February that they get the first unlocks. So we could rally from here till February. $6 million circulation. FDV obviously is a lot higher. TVL dropped recently as well. A lot of volatility. More of a beta to Tau. Yeah, that makes sense. No, I mean, as a beta play to Tau, I don't see many. And I've seen Sturdy get brought up several times. So it is possible that this is one that goes crazy. I would say from now until February, there is good room for a trade. So maybe it's worth taking this trade opportunity. Given that it's on Ethereum too, it's much easier for people to get into this than it is to BitTensor. You can do wrapped BitTensor on Ethereum, but you're not doing the actual token. So, yeah. I think it's a solid play. Especially given the fact that BitTensor's market cap is so much higher. Like this is, if we go to BitTensor, BitTensor's market cap is $4.3 billion. So it's already 1,000 times bigger than Sturdy. BitTensor is 1,000 times bigger than Sturdy. So you can expect that the volatility will be crazy like that. Raffle, I was looking at that the other day. I think Research Coin Trade will be good since SciCon for November 20th, and Armstrong is a speaker. We'll be at San Fran. Are you going to be, is somebody in here going to be at that conference? Because I would love to have an insider, an inside representative there. Someone from DeSci Schillers needs to show up, and I will arrange, if one of you guys is watching this who's in DeSci Schillers Telegram group, if one of you guys wants to go to this conference, because I won't be able to make it, and you want to go as a representative of DeSci Schillers, I will try and get myself, I will coordinate with some of the projects that are going to try and get you the opportunity to like sit down with some of them, or at least get into some of those events and be known as the rep from DeSci Schillers. Does that make sense? So if one of you guys are interested in that, are in San Francisco and will be around there for November 20th, hit me up. Let me know in the chat on Telegram or even here. They'll be at the Coinbase headquarters, I think. Let's go. Could definitely be a good trade opportunity for it. Probably going to pump most of DeSci if they get Brian Armstrong talking, which they will. If it's at Coinbase headquarters, it could be the first time he's talking in person in quite some time, because he usually does video conferences when he does talking. Yeah. You and I were looking at Tau when it was low. We never pulled the trigger. I know. I never pulled the trigger on BitTensor, but I've been watching it extensively because I think it is an very clear and easy winner. I mean, it's up 160% from the time that I was talking about it way before, and again from back here, where like I drew the head and shoulders to say it was not going to break down, but it was going to break out, and it did exactly that. But I think I'm fairly bullish on Sturdy. Looking at this just briefly, looking at the tokenomics, it's a DAO, not an inflation token. The community, didn't look at the community too much. There's not much in the proposals, but that's the only real negative I'm seeing so far. From now until February, it looks like a pretty solid play to get some beta on top of Tau. I hate live peer. Live peer is such a stupid. I don't understand why anyone's bullish on it. Why is my keyboard continuing to not do well? I don't see how this is a token that does well this cycle. I don't. I know some of you guys probably do love it, and I see people bullish on it all the time. I don't see how this is going to be a good project to invest into. Maybe I'm wrong, and if any of you guys are in it, I hope I'm wrong, but I'm not a fan of live peer. There's a lot of cool bullish things happening for it, but I don't think the token price is going to appreciate with it. That's just my take. SETI. We looked into SETI briefly as well. It's a newer one, March. Same circulating supply of 21 million. Let's go to their website. I remember looking into it. I don't remember exactly what it did. The SETI token is the backbone of our decentralized AI ecosystem. It powers our infrastructure, incentivizes participants, and allows token holders to share in the revenue generated by our cutting-edge AI compute fabric. A 5% sales tax? What the hell? What the hell? What are they trying to copy Noble or something? Yeah, see, we drew a nice little trend line here. Could be good for a trade. Could be good for a trade. The thing is, if the token's going to have a buy and sell tax, you have to have the opportunity to make an obscene amount of money. Otherwise, you just get kind of screwed with the taxes. Like, they have to be very small market caps, and then they have to have plans to get rid of it at some point. It can't. I don't think it can be something that you can maintain forever, because once you get into those really high market caps, just no project has buy and sell taxes like that. No, Damani, we did not talk about SETI in this live stream. We talked about it in a previous live stream. Cello will do well with Vitalik tweeting about once ETH gets going. I can see L2 Cello go crazy. When Circle IPO is going to be nuts. That is probably going to be the top marker for the cycle. SETI looks like a solid trade setup. Again, we're just looking for something that has beta on top of Tao's network. SETI and Sturdy. Sturdy is 1/5 the size of SETI. Or SETI. Why is there a tax? Let's see. The purpose of SETI AI project is to acquire hardware and plug into decentralized physical infrastructure projects. To secure the capital for that hardware, we have two options. We could either take a share of the revenue or we could sell tokens. We've already promised 100% of the net revenue to SETI holders, so token sales are our only option. Where do we substantially get the tokens to sell? Where do we sustainably? We could either use inflation or we can sell tax reserves. Inflation is a tax paid to everyone via debasement. Taxes are more strategic. They extract value from arbitrage bots and people chasing token appreciation in short-term horizons, and remove the burden of inflation from people who are here for the long term. Therefore, taxes are the most ethical and value-aligned option available to us to fund the purchase of hardware. They aren't going away until we find a better solution to sustainably source tokens. I have two takes on this. One, bullish. Their reasoning makes a lot of sense to me. I think that's solid. Two, if it is a project that is aiming to yield farm deepen or decentralized physical infrastructure, then I think that they can just hold a large chunk of the supply and yield farm their own token for the money to go out and buy more and more and more. So I think the sales tax makes sense in the initial sections in order to disincentivize people from selling the project, incentivize long-term holders. But if the entire token is to yield farm off of deep-in projects, it would make sense for SETI to initiate some sort of program to acquire 50% of the tokens or something like that, 40%, 30%, whatever it is, and then yield farm themselves, and then go take that money and buy deep-in projects. So SETI looks like it's more than just BitTensor. It looks like it's just part of that right now. So this could be a really solid play in the long term, honestly. I'm going to add it to the microcap watch list. Oh, it's already there. We already got Tau SETI in here. Down 33% in the last 7 days, but back literally just down to the moving average again. Or not the moving average, but the trend line we drew. High gaining. Dun, dun, dun. DYOFR says, what's amazing about crypto is the only high gaining investors are going to be the ones who bought 2 years ago. Insane. I disagree, but I also kind of agree. There are a lot of opportunities to make an obscene amount of money now, but the people who are going to make the most amount of money are the ones who were buying when there was the most amount of FUD. Yeah, I agree with that principle for the most part, but there is still plenty of opportunity to make a solid 10, 20, 50x out there. It's just that, like in the portfolio challenge even, I know that it's down a ton right now, but you still have to understand that, like, while it is down drastically, we started this with $500 and it is up a 6x. And so I'm already outpacing a lot of people who are just starting now. You know? We already have that strong foundation. Despite it being down a ton, despite there being a lot of opportunity to go crazy, if this goes to $100,000 in portfolio value, from $3,000 to $100,000 is a 33x, but from $500 to $100,000 is a 200x. So there's a big difference in getting in now versus back then. But it's still a lot of high gains. You can't deny that at all. But yes, okay, so last thing I'm gonna say is that I am doing a giveaway. I'm doing a Noble Blocks giveaway because the first thing that CZ posted about was DeSci after getting out of jail. So because he announced that, because he talked about DeSci, I've decided to do a giveaway. I'll give the link into the chat right now if you guys want to partake in the giveaway. It's just for fun. It's just to incentivize people to get in there and start spamming comments to try and get the least amount of likes. It's engagement farming for me. It's engagement farming for you. And it's just funny. It's funny to see people compete because nobody's going to be able to get 0 likes on this. But whoever has the least amount of likes this time tomorrow So I will be drawing the winner tomorrow on the live stream, and I'll post about it so people come into the live stream and see it. But whoever has the least liked comment is going to win 10,000 Noble tomorrow on stream. Starting today, I think I'll probably post about it in a couple hours that I'm drawing the cutoff, and no new comments after this period of time are going to be allowed. It'll probably be after I go have some breakfast, because I still haven't eaten and it's 1 p.m. and I think that's probably going to help my brain clear up a little bit. Your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing it into. I think it was, and I will see you guys in the Discord immediately following this, because Johnny requested that we come have a small person-to-person chat. Peace.